My guy Javier got here. He's the one that we're gonna be doing the haircut on. So this is what I use to film.
Damn, you had a nice one.
That's the Sony camera. What's up, bro?
What's up, man? How you doing? How you doing?
Yeah, you ready for that haircut?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, bro, this is gonna be a good one.
Do what you want. All right. Where can I place my jacket? Place it over there, or?
I can sit over here for you.
Thank you. Been busy?
Yeah, bro, it's been great. How you doing on time, bro?
On time, man. You can take the full. I gotta be at work at 3.
At 3?
I
All
don't
right.
think you're taking it till 3.
Nah, definitely not cutting you till 3. All right, so today we're gonna be doing a drop fade. I saw a few comments asking for this haircut, so I got this video out for y'all. Now, I'm gonna show you guys how to do a drop fade step by step. We're keeping the C cups. He's leaving the top. Nothing special, nothing crazy. Just a nice natural drop fade, applying the system that I use to achieve that gradient, see, on my fades. All right, so I'm gonna start this haircut by grabbing my number 2 guard and the clippers all the way open. And I'm just coming in here before I put my ball line and just cleaning this up a little bit, removing some weight so I can see everything that I'm doing. I could have put my ball line with the length he had, but I'm just picky and I like to just have everything nice and neat before I start to get precise with the haircut. Now right here I come in with my clipper all the way closed and we're doing a drop fade. So as we get to the back of his head, we're gonna make sure that the ball line dips in the back. And we're gonna try to get it underneath the bone that pops out in the back of his head that is called the occipital bone. So now I come in with my clipper all the way open and we go up about 1 inch. And we're just gonna follow the same pattern that the ball line has, right? We're gonna follow the same way we placed in our ball line. We're gonna do the same thing, but this time just the clipper all the way open and we're up about 1 inch. And now we're gonna come in and fade that line out at the bottom. So right now we know 2 things. We know that I placed my ball line with my clipper closed and that I opened my clipper all the way and I went up about 1 inch. So that means if I close my clipper all the way and I start to open the lever, that means I'm gonna be able to fade the line at the bottom. And since the top line is the clipper all the way open, so we make sure as we go higher into this fading process that by the time we get to the top line, that lever is open all the way. And I want you guys to understand that this isn't just a easy fading system, right? Because it's simple and it's straightforward. But I want you guys to know that you can use this at the barbershop and this fading system will separate you from everyone else, because you'll be able to be more effective and your blends are gonna be more attractive, because that's how it's supposed to be, right? If a client asks you for a fade, he's expecting gradiency on his head. So with this fading system, this is what you're gonna achieve. So now I came in with my 0.5 all the way open and I go up about 1 inch and I'm just simply gonna follow the same flow that I did before with the ball line, making sure that I'm angling down that guideline as I get to the back of the head so we can achieve that drop fade effect. And now I'm gonna come in with my wall 0.5 all the way close and then 1 click down. And I'm gonna be using my corners a lot, especially for this drop fade, so we can keep it low and we can keep it dropping in the back. And using our corners will help us just get more precise with each stroke that we do. can see how just by having patience and really just brushing those hairs back in place, little by little that line starts to fade out. And now I took out that 0.5 guard and left the clipper all the way open, and I'm using my corners to hit these dark spots that I couldn't remove with my wall 0.5 guard. And a lot of times you're gonna have to do that, and it's okay because you're getting precise, and this what helps you get that nice gradiency on your fades. Now I just clip that wall 0.5 guard back on the clipper, and we hitting these dark spots that I see. And again, you see I have the clipper tilted, so it helps me only use the corners. And now grab my 1.5 guard open, and we're gonna go up about 1 inch as well on this part. Now with my 1.5 guard, we're getting to the end of the fade. So with this guard, I like to flick out a little bit instead of like placing a line. So even though we're going up about the same distance, I'm flicking out at the top so I can get ready to use my thinning shears. Now just before that, I come back with my 0.5 all the way open, and we're gonna use our corners to pick at this line that I left there. Now this is a perfect example of when we follow our fading system, when we follow our steps and the hair is not cooperating with us. It's cool. That's just me, his hair is more tedious. So we're just gonna take a little bit more time to go ahead and detail his hair. So normally I wouldn't have to come back with my 0.5 on his haircut. I did have to do that, and I'm making sure that I'm just using my corners and brushing after each stroke so that we could get this fade going. Now I'm just gonna come in with my thinning shears, and we're gonna start blending into the top of his hair. Again, he's not gonna be cutting the top of his hair. He likes the length that he has now. We're just gonna connect this blend into the top using our thinning shears so that we don't have to grab any more guards and make it hard on ourselves to finish this blend. Now when it comes to using my thinning shears, I like to use it with a small tooth comb, so that way I can go in there and pick up the hairs that I need and use them shears. Now right here, I went back to my 0.5 guard. Now for this part, I'm detailing, so if I have to use it all the way open, I will, or if I have to close it a bit, I will, just to go ahead and hit those dark spots that are still preventing the fade from being finished. Now you can see that for now, this fade is almost finished. We still got time to come back in detail. Now we're gonna go ahead and move to this other side. We're gonna follow the same steps and making sure we do everything exactly the same we did on the other side so we can achieve the same look. Now you guys can use this right here as a guide when doing a drop fade. I use that curve behind the ear as a guide so I could follow it to drop my ball line in the back. I also want to share something with you guys. If you're just starting out to cut hair, do yourself a favor and don't compare yourself or your haircuts to these Instagram haircuts that you guys see online. You can look up to it, right? You can want to cut like someone and get better, but don't compare your haircuts when you're starting out to haircuts on Instagram that, for one, they're enhanced, most likely are Photoshop. And remember that people post their best work, so in some way It's almost not realistic, all these perfect haircuts that you guys see on social media. Because I could tell you from my experience that I'm not cutting 100% every time I'm in the barbershop. I'm giving out clean haircuts, clean enough to satisfy the client, but I'm not doing Instagram haircuts all day, every day in the barbershop. I just want you guys to keep that in mind and don't let that take your focus away or discourage you because your haircuts aren't coming out like that at the beginning of your barbering career. There's something that takes time, like anything else in the world. The more you do it, the better you get. And I would say focus on one thing at a time. If your goal is to do better fades, focus on what's the best system for you. And once you get that part done, if you want to get better with scissors, there's videos out there that specialize with scissors, and just do one thing at a time. That way you can avoid getting overwhelmed trying to be better all around at once, which is the ultimate goal, right? To be better all around, to be great, to just be a great barber, not only a hair cutter, but just a great barber all around. But focusing on one thing at a time just helps you to not only learn that skill faster, but it just helps you move on to the next one even more fast. Now you guys can see this fade is starting to come out. With a little bit of patience and just hitting some detail work, we're able to get this going. We're ready for his lineup. Now, same as always, I start by lining up the vertical bars just so I can know when I do the front what I'm connecting it to on the sides. Now at the bottom of his C-cup, I like to make a small line just to use it as a guide to when I do the curve, I know where I'm connecting it to. Now same with this side, I'm gonna place my vertical line, then I'm gonna make that small line at the bottom of his C-cup, and then I'll be able to connect it. And this is why I don't use the shaver before the lineup, because there was some stubble at the bottom that allowed me to give him a full C-cup even though it didn't seem like he had enough hair there. Now we move to the front, his hairline, and this part is pretty much straightforward. Since we lined up his vertical bars before the front, we'll be able to connect the front line straight to the vertical bars without guessing where that lineup is supposed to end. Now you guys can see that in the front of his hairline, he has a cowlick. So we're gonna do everything we can to not push him back in this area. And we just keep that ghost line right underneath that cowlick without disrupting that part of his hair. Now cowlick is a section of hair that grows in the opposite direction that the rest of the hair does. Now right here we come in with the razor. You guys know that this is the cherry on top. This is what makes the haircut pop. Now we're just gonna make sure we stretch the skin just enough so that we create tension and we don't cut him with the razor. Now you guys can see I'm just stretching the skin and applying light pressure to the razor to be able to detail his lineup. Now we come over to this side, doing the same thing. You guys see I'm just stretching the skin a little bit, applying some light pressure. And it may look like I'm going over the same spot a lot, but since I'm light-handed, I'm able to do this. Now for somebody who's heavy-handed, they probably won't be able to go over the same spot as much without causing irritation to the skin. Just keep in mind I'm very light-handed and I'm applying just enough pressure just to detail that line. Now I came in with some hair paste to style his hair, and you guys can see that the cowlick in the front actually helps him with his style. Now right here you guys can see how he came in. And this is how he left my chair. He was the perfect canvas for this drop fade that I got for you guys today. You can see the system works. Nice fade on the sides. I did go in with some hair fibers and put some on his hairline. He didn't need it. It was just for a noticeable transformation. But if you guys like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Leave some feedback in the comments. And if you guys want to see certain haircuts, let me know. We could get that going. I appreciate y'all for watching, and I hope y'all learned something from this video. Peace out.